So, what do you get when you mix Prime and Feastables? Hello everybody, my name is King Sam and today I'm going to be making this motion poster for Launchly. Before we jump into the video, please remember to like, share and subscribe. I'm almost to 1,000 subs and I'll be really grateful if every one of you that's watching this video subscribe. Please, it will go a long way. And secondly, Logan Paul and Mr. Beast, if this video miraculously reaches you, hello, thank you very much. And please, if you guys can help me tag them in my comment section. I don't think they will see it, but you know, it's nothing God cannot do. So let's jump right into the video. Okay, let's create a new composition, 1920 by 1080, 30 frames per second, 5 seconds, and click on OK. Now, what we're going to do is come to our file explorer here and just drag in our Illustrator file here and drop it down here. The import kind should be on custom and your footage dimension should be on layer size, and click OK. I'll double click this here to open our Launchly composition here. Ctrl A, then you copy it and you can paste it in your main composition again. And next I'm going to do, I'm just going to my file here. I'm going to drag this picture and just going to drop it here. Now I'm going to press Ctrl Y to create a new solid and just make it the color, this blue color right here. And we're going to move it downward a little bit, then Ctrl Y again, and I'm just going to pick the pink this time. So let's see that. Cool. Now we can delete this picture because we don't need it, and just move our two solids to the bottom of our layer here. We can go to 1 second now, and we are going to move the pink solid start at 1 second. So next thing I'm going to do, we're going to select all our Launchly text here, and we are just going to click on P to open up our position keyframes here. Now, from the beginning of our timeline here, we're going to move down by 20 frames. So shift page down and active page down again. So we're going to create keyframe on our position here. We're going to move forward in our timeline here, and we're going to move forward by 6 frames. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we're just going to move this upward to somewhere around, let's see, here. And we're going to go back to the beginning of our timeline here, and we're just going to move this downward. So let's move it somewhere like this. Cool. Now, if you play back, we have this basic animation here. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to select all our keyframes here and click on F9 to easy ease. Now we open up our graph editor here. We're going to left click and show edit speed graphs. And let's zoom in a little bit. I'm going to select this our last keyframe here, and we're just going to drag it in this way. And you select this one here, and just going to move it this way also. Now let's close all our layers like this. So now what we're going to do, first let's zoom out back, and now let's select everything. We're going to offset each letter by 2 frames. So starting from the L, we're going to leave the L at the beginning. So our U here, move back by 2 frames. So 1, 2. This also from here, you move back by 2 frames. Same thing. Now for this final L and Y here, I'm going to switch them. So my L is going to come here, so 1, 2, and my Y, sorry, my final L will be here. And this is what we have right now. And it's looking good. So next thing I'm going to do is come to this our black layer here, left click on it and go to create shapes from vector layer and click on it. Now we can delete the original. So what we're going to do here is we're going to zoom in, zoom back out a little bit, what we're going to do is hold down your control and click and drag. So we select the majority of these bottom layers here. That's what we want to animate. So what I can do now is I can go to my pen tool here, hold down shift, and I can just use this to select more points that I want to animate. So this point right here. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to open up my black outline layer here, open up content, open up group, open up parts, and there's a keyframe icon here. So what I can do is I can move into my timeline, so somewhere like here, and adjust it later if I want to, and make a keyframe. Let's just come back to here. All my points have been selected, so let's just select them back again. Okay, and I can just move this down. So 1, 2, 3, using my arrow keys, so the down arrow key, so I can just move it down. Now I can go back to the beginning of my layer here, and I'll just copy this keyframe that is right here, and I can just paste it right here too. So now I can just move this back to around like 1 second, and for added impact I can then just bring it 1 frame to the front. So this is what we have right now. Next I'm going to do, I'm just going to go back to my file here and bring in our this thing, leave no crumbs layer. Just put this our composition. Click on S to open up our scale. Let's reduce the scale to 9, and let's just rotate it to -9 so I can match the rotation of our logo. That's cool. Now let's zoom in again, and let's come to when this thing has changed, so somewhere around 1 second, and now we can just move this back. Now let's work on our positioning. So let's say somewhere around here. Now I want you to come from behind this Launchly logo here, so I can just take this our leaf PNG here and just drop it behind the black outlines. So what we're going to do now is we're going to open up our position here, and let's move down by like 10 frames. Click on your position keyframe to make keyframe, and go back to your beginning, and you're just going to drag this up until it's behind the Launchly logo like this. Now let's come down here by like 6 frames, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what we're going to do is you can just copy this keyframe and paste it here, and just bring it downward a little bit. Now you can just adjust this so it's closer. This is what we have. Oof. Okay, so now we can just zoom out back, and what we're going to do now is we're just going to come to layer, new, and new null object. Cool. I'm going to drag this null object above everything here. I'm going to select from our L for our Launchly down to our leaves PNG layer here, and we're just going to parent all that, take the pick tool and just send it to our null one. Now what we can do with this is that with this null here, I can scale everything uniformly, and also if I adjust the position, it's not going to spoil my animations, so I can just position it anyhow I want. So I'm just going to move this somewhere around here, and we're going to work on our boxes. So go back to our file here, and we have 3 boxes. So these 3 boxes. So first let's bring in the first box. Now we can just move it up here and just rotate it something like this. Now we can get in our second box, then we can just drop it down here at this box, and what we can do for this one, we can just scale it up a little bit, so something like this. and go back for our last box. And let's just scale it up like this. And now and just change the anchor point somewhere around here, well, we can actually rotate it also or something like this. And let's just drop it right here. Work on the rotation again. Okay, now let's just work on the position again. Now that I finished positioning them, I can just left click right here, go to layer styles, go to drop shadow. And now we open our drop shadow menu here. Let's change our angle to 150. Let's change our distance to 44. And now let's change our size to 51. So what I can do now is I can just come up here and just copy my layer styles here and just paste it on my two other Lunchables boxes right here. Now, next thing I can do is, because this I don't want it to be too long, so I can just shorten it to around 3 seconds right here. Okay, so something so right here. And now I can just select 3 of them. Click on R to open up their rotation. Now, I'm going to make a keyframe on all their rotations for the end. And now, so at the beginning here, each of them, I'm just going to increase their rotation by like 3. So this minus 54 here become 57. This 0 here will become 3. And this minus 45 here becomes minus 48. Okay, and that's cool. So for our final touch, we're just going to add our Feastables logo and our Prime logo right here. We just drag it into After Effects here and just drop it. Now we're going to make the two of them the same size. So if our Prime logo is too big, let's scale it down a bunch. I want them to be really, really small. So somewhere, and I want to put them somewhere here. So let's just make it 10. Cool. Now let's take this Mr. Fish. Start this logo here and just scale it down to so it's almost the same size. Let's zoom in a little bit and let's move. If you click on H, you can actually use your hand tool here so you can move around the composition without actually moving anything. So let's align the two of them together. So something like this. Get a rectangle here, make sure nothing is selected, and just draw simple line like this. Can remove the stroke, change our fill to only white, and now we can just adjust them so they have relatively equal space between them. Let's go back out again. Now we can come back to our null layer here, go to our scale, and let's just scale this up to something like this. And let's just finally move it towards this side again. Okay, and finally, I don't think I'm liking the background color here, so I can go to that solid, Ctrl-Shift-Y, so I can change the color. And I think I'm liking this pink on this box better. So, yay. So thank you guys for watching that video. What do you think about the motion poster? Please tell me, let me know in my comment section. If there's anything you don't understand, please let me know and I'll be sure to explain to you right here in my comment section. Remember, you can help me tag Logan Paul and Mr. Beast to do a lot for me. And thank you very much. I really appreciate it. So, till our next video, remember, improve every day, grow constantly, and dream endlessly. Peace. Why do I do that every week? I don't know, but it's cool.